Hiya! Welcome! A Funko Pop unboxing to do with you today. 4 brand new releases, and as I'm sure it'll say in the video title, not that I've decided exactly what that'll say, but you'll know from that these are 4 pops brand new in the WWE line. Yes, wrestling pops. Always enjoy it when a new wave of WWE Funkos gets announced. And I've got 4 of the 5 that have been announced, and I think there might be 1 or 2 others coming out that are like convention exclusives or American store exclusives. But out of the 5 commons, these are the 4 that I needed as the other one, and I'll get onto that later. I've already got as an older variant. So let's just get these open. Might as well take these out one at a time. There's the chance of a chase for one of these. I'm not too bothered if I get the common or the chase, really. They're both fine. It's one of these long boxes from PopCultcha, of course. I don't think I said that these were from PopCultcha, but it's pretty obvious given the neon green parcel tape. I'm also not too worried if the boxes are particularly bashed about, having come from Australia. All these pops, I think the total price including international postage was not much over £40, which was pretty good because they had like a 20% off kind of end of year stock take sale or something. Basically you had to put a code in and then you got 20% off anything that was in stock, so that saved some on these as well. Worked out cheaper than if I'd waited to get them at, say, Funko Europe or Hull Pops or somewhere like that. Anyway, let's get the first one out. Might have been better off just opening this box better and then getting them all out at once and just showing you at random, but I thought it might be more fun to do it this way, like it's kind of a mystery box type thing, even though it isn't. The only mystery about it is if I get the chase for a certain pop or not. Right, so the first one is... Oh! Well, would you look at that? What a stroke of luck. It's the Beth Phoenix pop, number 127, and it is the chase. I'm not actually that fussed that I got the chase for this. It's kind of nice because I've got a fair amount of WWE chases. Some of them, in fact the majority of them, have been ones that I've deliberately sought out because I've preferred the chase variant. Such as Kevin Nash was the chase for Diesel, but I wanted Kevin Nash because he matched up with my Hollywood Hogan and Razor Ramon, aka Scott Hall, in his NWO attire. But anyway, Beth Phoenix, the chase. So this will be like sort of the more modern Beth Phoenix, the other version of her. I think she's in more of a sort of mid to late noughties glamazon kind of attire, I think, whereas this is more sort of Hall of Famer, comes out of retirement occasionally Beth Phoenix, I think. She also did some commentary for NXT for a while. Marvellous stuff. I always got all my wrestling pops out because they go in my cabinets behind me. That's actually an old line on the back. Why they've not put the newer line up, I'm not sure. This does come with a stand. I'm pleased. It's always fun when you know you've pulled a chase, and first one out of this box of 4 as well. Yeah, I'll stick that box down there because I'm going to put it into storage later on. It has fallen off my sofa, but don't worry, it's not been damaged. I do keep my boxes nice and safe. Well, she clicked on very easily onto the stand as well. So she's got this kind of studded jacket. Yeah, there is some texture to this jacket that she's wearing. Then her hair is sort of braided at the sides there. It's really nice detail on the hair, as there often is. I think the common, ironically, probably looks a bit better. It probably looks more like Beth Phoenix, but I'm happy either way. It doesn't bother me which one I got, and the fact that it's the chase means, yeah, it is rarer. It's technically more valuable. But I wanted Beth Phoenix in either form, and 1 character each, so I'm not going to be looking for the common. Happy with that, so let's move on. I might be showing you these a bit quicker than what I normally would, but of course there is 4 of them to show you. I'm getting them all out of box, so time is of the essence. So the next one, these are all just commons anyway, without any chase variants. This one is King Booker, or Booker T, but in his King of the Ring winning gimmick. I never liked the King Booker gimmick very much. I think I'm a little bit more favourable to it now as sort of a more nostalgic kind of thing, but I always found his kind of OTT pseudo-English accent that he put on when he became King of the Ring, and then he won the world title under the King Booker moniker shortly after as well. I prefer old school Booker T, you know, Harlem Heat, Then when he got pushed as a single star in WCW, then WWF. There again, still got the older line on the back here. I'm not sure why any of these newer pops aren't featuring, but not a problem. This feels quite a heavy pop actually. I think it's another one with a stand. I was going to say for a moment, is he on a throne? But no, he's not. We've got a plastic sandwich here. And that's the stand falling down. Another box to be put in storage. See if I can get this stand carefully without everything toppling over. Yes, I caught it was right near my foot, so it wasn't too difficult. There's actually 3 studs here. Strange that, because there's still only one hole in his foot. Unusual. Can't figure out why there's 3 protrusions in this stand. I've got a feeling this might be the wrong stand actually, and it's just one that shouldn't be in. They're all sort of on the edge here. That's bizarre. I'm not going to worry about it. I'd have thought, even though he's quite a top heavy pop, he'll stand fine, particularly in my cabinet anyway. I've got pops even with stands and they're just so top heavy that they don't stand properly anyway, so I have to lean them against the side of the cabinet, and King Booker might end up being one of these. But a nice weighty pop here. He's got his gaudy crown on, his dreadlocked hair, then his king's robe with its tassels and what's the outline stuff, the white, the trim, that's it. White wrestling trunks. He's got a royal scepter in his right hand, I think that's right, and he's got white and black boots on. That's really nice. That could end up being my favourite of the day. But strange stand to have bundled in with this, as it's got 3 of the studs on and it just doesn't seem to fit right. I think that's some sort of error from Funko, but let's face it, they're not the company they were for quality control, are they, these days? Yeah, it'll no doubt display fine without the stand anyway. We've got 2 more left to go. I know what's coming obviously, but I just don't know which order. But I think I probably ought to get this box open a bit better, just so I'm not scrabbling around for too long, although I can edit any faffing around with packaging out from the video, which I think more people should do, but no, we have to sit through certain YouTubers just opening boxes. Some of them don't even bother speeding it up. So the next one I've got, yes, now this is the one that I thought, yeah, this is about time really. It is the British Bulldog Davy Boy Smith, number 126. Once again, it's the previous wave that's been advertised. The boxes all seem to be in excellent condition, by the way. Doesn't look like Davy Boy here. Comes with a stand. It is another plastic sandwich here though. A lot lighter than King Booker. This looks to me like good old school SummerSlam 92 era British Bulldog as well, which of course was the high point, the peak of his career. That famous match against his brother-in-law Bret the Hitman Hart for the Intercontinental title in front of 80,000 at Wembley Stadium. Absolutely amazing match on an amazing day. So there he is. Very similar to Booker T really. He's got dreadlocks, cornrows as I think they were called, certainly in America back in the day. He's wearing a British flag on his back, which I don't think is a cape, I just think he's actually just holding a flag like that. And then he's got matching Union Jack or Union flag tights with the word Bulldog going down, white boots. Yeah, lovely stuff that. I still think King Booker is probably a better pop for me personally out of the 3 so far, but I think this one was the one I was most pleased that was being released because it's a legend, a British wrestling legend as well. Just trying to make some room to put all these. So one more to go. Those of you who've been following the new wave will no doubt know what this one is. Potentially anyway, because like I said, there was 5 of them, but the other one is Roman Reigns, and I've got an older version of Roman Reigns, so I wasn't interested in getting a newer one, as nice as that one is. And the last one is probably a little bit of an anticlimax, so there is one with a belt, which I always like. It's Liv Morgan, number 130. So the complete common wave was Booker T or King Booker, Beth Phoenix, with the chance of the chase, British Bulldog, Liv Morgan and Roman Reigns. And as I'm one character only, Liv Morgan is the 4th and final one here today. Box in great condition again. We've got a stand. Now then, I hope this stand is a normal one. The Beth Phoenix stand was perfectly fine, by the way. It's a stand with two studs on, but they're more central to the actual stand itself, and it does look like Liv has two holes for those, so that should be fine actually. So let's see if we can get Liv's stand on easy here. Quite long studs there. I call them studs. There we are. Yeah, that makes it feel nice and sturdy stand wise anyway. So here she is. So this would have been when she won what would have then been the SmackDown Women's Championship. I think this would have been based on last year's Money in the Bank when she cashed in on Ronda Rousey. She's got kind of some eyeliner dripping down there. I don't know if that's like an emotional sort of thing or whether the design of the makeup was like that. I can't remember. She's got this sort of green and black wrestling ensemble on from top to bottom. Once again, hair looks great. I will say I've had my problems with Funko and their quality control in certain areas, among other things, but I think when it comes to the hair on Pops, they always do a really good job. And it's quite an important job as well, unless you're making a Pop of someone who's bald. But it's important to get the hair right so that the rest of the figure looks like who it's supposed to. And in Liv's case, and all the others, it definitely does. So there we are, Liv Morgan during her time as SmackDown Women's Champion. And we also had the legend himself, British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, King Booker, aka Booker T, the well, you get it, you know how that goes. And of course we started out with the chase, Beth Phoenix nonetheless. So 4 very nice Pops there. I think Booker T is my favourite of the 4 here. Thank you all for watching. Bit of a haphazard Funko Pop unboxing this, as I tried to tackle it a little bit like a mystery box, which was silly really. Hope you enjoyed seeing this new wave of WWE Pops. I think there's another Liv Morgan that's coming out that's going to be like a store exclusive in America, and presumably just a standard special edition over here in the UK and internationally. And I did hear rumours about a WWE Pop being announced for SDCC, which may well have been announced by the time this video comes out, but that'll be an interesting one to get hold of if the rumours are true. I want to say special thanks, as always, to my wonderful subscribers and my generous patrons. Please see a load of Funko referral links for figures, protectors, and much more from all kinds of good and recommended suppliers down in the description text box. Also, there's my Patreon link, Facebook group link, and a link for Urban Jungle Contents Insurance. I'm gonna go now. Got some boxes to put away. More importantly, I've got some Pops to display. King Booker, Chase, Beth Phoenix. Which do you prefer, the common or the Chase? Let me know. I think the common's probably the better one, but I'm fine either way. Of course, Liv Morgan there with her title belt. And last but not least, the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. And I do hope that all of you will join these 4 and myself next time for my next Funko Pop unboxing. Cheers everyone. See ya!